what's up, everyone? At 5 Reasons, here we got me, Christian Chase, and Manny. How you doing, Manny? Tough
What's
day.
up, friend? Oh, tough day. I mean, tough innings, man.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to begin. But I do know one thing. When I played Little League, my coach did say you win and lose games in the 7th, 8th, and in the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, tonight was definitely one of those adventures in the final 3 innings.
Yeah, watching this entire game, I mean, it was great to see finally some life from the bats. That was definitely a positive, and there were definitely positives to come out of this game for the Marlins. It was kind of funny. I had my post-game tweet ready to tweet about how the Marlins overcame the 15-inning shutout and got a dub. And then Joey Wendell hit the home run immediately. So definitely some bad karma.
Yeah, no. So and I'm pretty sure Jazz can confirm this. I have a Twitter group with him and Alejandro because we just made this Marlins Twitter for 5 Reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked the group, so what's the motto again when the Marlins win it? Because I know the Cubs have flipped the W or something like that.
It was you.
Or something like that. And Alejandro, he sends me the GIF. And as soon as he sends me the GIF, I hear Geffner, and the ball goes out. Oh, my. Home runs.
I swear to you, that's the same reaction I had. I was watching it, and I saw the ball hit, and I saw it leave the park, and I just shut off the TV.
And I think the most painful part, though, guys, right, is on a 1-2 pitch.
Yeah, just not
you
good.
You gotta be able to get that out, man.
Bro, I feel like you got Bell with Anthony Bass. Just like tough.
That's what happens when Anthony Bass is your closer.
Yeah.
The bullpen has not done the Marlins any favors the first 2 games. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, the bats haven't either, but tonight they finally woke up in the most crucial time of the game. All started by your youngster, and you get an extra run in the 8th. You're feeling great. 9th inning comes around, first pitch, 1 out, and then all of a sudden we come back to the realization that, man, this is Tampa. This is Tampa, right?
I don't know if the first game the bullpen. I mean, they gave up 1 run. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take a solo shot any day. That's fine. But yeah, today it wasn't that good. They just got in trouble and they got behind some counts, and the guys made them pay for it. It's the name of the game, man. That's baseball right there. So at its finest. So that was surprising though, Christian. It was a 1-2 count, and Wendell just destroyed that ball, man. He crushed it. It wasn't even like hey, well, okay, let me and I know this is very little league of me, but let me choke up or let me kind of shorten my swing and just try to get some contact. No, he destroyed that ball. So I mean, but how about, I don't know if you guys mentioned this at the beginning, but how about our boy Jazz Chisholm though?
King.
The real deal right there, man. That kid can play.
Yeah,
I actually mentioned, because everybody was giving Rojas all the credit for the runs that came afterwards, right? But of course, rightfully so. But it all got started by a youngster right there, just not being afraid to just let the bat go, and he got good contact. And if you look at that pitch again, that pitch was nowhere near the strike zone. It was like the corner inside hands. He just had a good swing on it, and it's like, that type of effort and that type of comeback per se, you want to see it in a W, especially with a team this so young in the second game overall. But it is what it is.
Yeah, the bats had 1 good inning, right? We had the run in the 8th, but it was that 1 inning in the 7th, and that was just a really solid inning overall, right? Like, yes, Brian Anderson had a pretty ugly strikeout swing, but I mean, that was a 9-10 pitch at bat that really set up, going deep into an inning versus Chaz Rowe. And, Jazz Chisholm with the life, Miggy Rowe as the cap. That was a great inning. What I'm most concerned about for this team this year, looking at these 2 games, is we talked about it for months leading up to the season about how the starting pitching was going to be, the cornerstone of this team, and we were going to win games with the starting pitching. And the starting pitching did exactly that. 11 innings, no runs, and you walk away with 2 losses. It just feels like, the Marlins are in for some trouble if the bullpen.
Feels like Jake DeGrom. Was it Jake DeGrom? Yeah. It had like a one point something ERA and couldn't get any runs. That's
Yeah.
so, I mean, hopefully it starts coming around a little bit. But yeah, I mean, we like you said, Christian, this is what we spoke about. You know, the hitting being the crutch. I mean, I thought maybe with the addition of Duvall and you know, as we mentioned all off season long, is the battle between Aguilar and Cooper. And you know, yeah, Aguilar had a decent first game with a couple hits and whatnot, but you know, we're gonna need those two guys to you know, it is to start hitting home runs and to start driving in runs. I think the most important.
Yeah,
because
Jazz.
if not,
Jazz. So tonight, Aguilar and Cooper combined for 1 hit. That's not going to get it done.
Who got the hit? Was it Aguilar who got the hit? Because I think Cooper.
Aguilar's the only one that got the hit. Yeah, and he left 2 on base tonight.
Yeah, so I mean,
worst at bat of the night was definitely after Aguilar walked and Cooper first pitch swinging. Just decided to swing. Just a terrible at bat.
My goodness.
Why are you swinging after the guy just walked?
On 4 pitches too. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. That's. Oh boy! I mean, you know, hopefully
we have another 161 more of these.
160
more of these. I mean, you know what? Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I have always been that baseball fan that enjoys a starting pitcher going out there and giving it 6-7 innings. And, you know, just saying I'm the man tonight. And we've seen back-to-back starts by 2 Marlins pitchers, youngsters that came out there and had control of the mound. Only question I have is, could have Lopez gone at least 1 or 2 more innings?
I mean, 77 pitches, man.
Yeah, so I don't know if maybe Maddening's just worried about keeping them fresh for the next couple of starts, not knowing what the results with Sixto going to be. But again, I thought Lopez had an opportunity to go out there at least to get 3 more outs. But
he definitely did. But I mean, I feel like pinch hitting in that situation was fine, right? You know, with no runs, you got to try to put up runs. Also, Lopez does get a little shakier as the game goes on. I was fine with that decision.
How about Mag Sierra getting a stolen base, baby? Give it up.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Hey, well, at least we scored a run off there, right?
Yeah. That should have been all the insurance that the Marlins needed, but it clearly was not.
You know, everybody. I guess who's the pitcher that? Oh, it was Bass that gave up the home run. Who else did?
If there's 2 people that I don't want to leave the park tonight, it's Bass and Meadows. Those 2 should have like a meeting somewhere. I don't care what you do to Meadows, man, but that man shouldn't be nowhere near anymore facing the Marlins, man. I'm sick and tired of seeing that guy hit home runs.
He's a stud, though. He's gonna be a star in this league, I think. Eventually, if he's not getting there already, I think Austin Meadows can swing it, man. That's a talent. That's a talented team. It's a bunch of players on that team that not many people know about, right? Even though they made it, to the World Series and all that stuff. I mean, not too many people know who Joey Wendell is, or even Rosarena, just because he has a funky last name. I think that's how people recognize him. And
but
he's in the playoffs.
But you being our 5 Reasons resident Red Sox fans, and me being the 5 Reasons Yankee fan, we both know how the Rays have been in the last 5-6 years. They'll somehow, some way grab a bunch of guys.
I mean, they're the analytics.
Millions of dollars, right? But then they'll have 4 starting pitchers. They'll have solid outings within their lineup, in and out.
Beanball over there, man. They're playing Billy Beanball there.
And they play small ball so well. They know how to run the bases. They know how to make the pitchers nervous. Like, those are little things that throughout the season, especially in the MLB with so many games, you're not going to out-hit everyone with home runs.
And I'll tell you what that has a lot to do with. It's the guys that are coaching these players, man, because, you know, plate discipline is first of all, it's tough to teach. Plate discipline is tough to teach. It comes naturally, but at the same time, you have to kind of be taught a little bit, you know, what you're seeing out there from the pitcher and his tendencies and all that. And you have to have some discipline, and you have to be taught that, you know, to a certain degree also. So, you know, props to them. They do the little things right, and that's why they win. Because while there's some other teams that might be more talented than them, they're kind of you know, just relying on their talent. They're relying on hitting, a 5-run home run, whereas opposed to these guys are gonna dink and dunk you sometimes, and before you know it, they've got 6 runs on the board, and you're like, what the hell? Where did that come from? And that's how they play. That's how they play baseball, man. They play fundamentally. They're very sound, and in baseball, you have to be in order to win. That's just the bottom line. Or you can steal signs, whatever.
or that, right?
Or that.
I think
Hold on,
wait. Was that? Hold on, wait. Oh, trash can.
Oh, change up.
Hey, you know what, man? Like they all that stuff is fine. That's part of baseball. It's the stuff that they took it to a whole nother level, right?
Oh.
You know, they
I mean, what are the odds that everyone else isn't doing it too?
Yeah,
everyone's doing something.
Everyone's
doing something. It's like college football.
It's like recruiting in college football. Everybody's doing something illegal.
Everybody's doing something. The thing is, do you get caught?
Right.
Yeah.
Are you going to get caught?
Or are you in the SEC?
If Mike Fiers doesn't say a damn thing, the Houston Astros are not looked at today as cheaters at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Why take, like, in my opinion, why take away the title if you know everyone else is doing it? Like, they got caught. You're just not catching everyone else because you're turning a blind eye because you don't want it out there that every team is cheating.
Here's my
biggest
always
thing. Said this: if you're gonna cheat, you better win.
Yes,
they did.
And they did.
Yeah,
and they did. So
here's my biggest thing, though. Now they continue to retaliate against these players, and I saw Bassett hit Carlos Correa. Yes, last night I was watching the game. Listen, man. At some point, this is me, and I was a pitcher in high school and in college ball and semi-pro and all that stuff. But if you continue to retaliate, and I'm at the plate, and I mean this is the second year or third year already removed from the World Series, and you're going to continue to do this, and you hit me, and potentially you hit me in the head, and you cause a concussion, or you hurt me, or you try to hurt me. You know, at some point, these guys are going to get frustrated and they're going to come at you with a bat. And then you're going to wonder, shit, I shouldn't have probably thrown at this guy. At some point, you got to stop with that, man, because baseball, I get it. It's part of the game to a certain degree. But I'm sorry, man. If I'm the Houston Astros, I'm telling the guy when I get to the plate, if you throw at me, I'm coming after you. Play the game the right way.
Yeah, Jazz.
And they're going to be like, oh, play the game the right way. Oh, you're a cheater. No.
I think the fans are owed that type of, not scenery, but they're owed that type of moment, and where they're in the stands and they witnessed that because that was not available last season.
It's still not right. It's still not right.
For the
fans to be clapping after somebody gets hit on a fastball because they were cheating. I mean, come on, man. At some point, it's got to stop.
I give credit for Correa. He got hit. Walk to first base.
Yeah, but that's what
if he gets hit again, I don't have an issue with him chasing after.
It all depends on when you hit me. Because if you're gonna hit me square in my letters and in the back of my my numbers, then I mean whatever, or my leg. But if you go too high, then I'm gonna have a problem with it. Because I mean, at some point, enough is enough. Okay, fine, that's it. I mean, we cheated. Okay, they got caught. They got punished. That's it. Move forward, move on. I mean, it would go. I think it would. I think that would be for any team across the board. I just think that at some point, I know we're going off and we're digressing and we're going off into another subject, but it is what it is. You hit me. I'm gonna throw a bat at you.
Chase, so how do we get back on track, man? Because after these 2 games, right? I mean, it is what it is. There are 2 losses in the column.
Yeah, there are 2 losses in the column. We're not, or the Marlins aren't done. There's 160 games of baseball left, and it's not like, we're losing to a bad team. It's not like the potential isn't there. We're losing to the defending AL champions. It would have been nice to start the season against the Phillies, like last year. But
the Phillies won. They won yesterday.
Yeah, like I like the matchup better. I don't think this means anything. I think the Marlins are fine. Again, we're not expecting out of the Marlins, a 90-win season.
Yeah, but I don't. When you say that, though, right? Yes, we're not expecting a 90-win season, but you want to see some type of growth.
Yes,
you want to see somebody from the youngsters grow in front of us and become the next.
We saw that today and yesterday.
Well, again, it's 1 game, but it's kind of tough to put those things together when you lose a game the way you did, right?
I think it builds character. I think this team, they lose. The young guys learn how to lose. They've learned how to win, and the schedule is tough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's games like tonight. If you would at least won, it makes you feel better. You have one more tomorrow, and then you have the series at home. One more series against St. Louis before you hit the road against the Mets.
There is some growth, though. I mean, the pitching is there. At least we know that the pitching is there.
Yeah.
Now we just got to work on the other side of the ball. So yeah, I see some growth. I definitely do. I mean, there's growth in the lineup as well to a certain extent with Jazz Chisholm. I think that guy, if he continues to do what he's doing, he's probably going to move up in the lineup a little bit. You might have to move some guys down because he's the only one that's consistently getting on base and having really good at bats. That's the thing. It's about quality at bats also. Like Christian said, I mean, Cooper had a terrible at bat after Aguilar gets on base. You can't afford to have a bad at bat. I mean, you gotta fight. You gotta fight up there, and if you don't have a good at bat, then it's all for nothing, man. It's all for nothing.
Yeah.
Alfaro had.
I don't have anything more to add. I know it's just personally, the first 6 innings. I guess when it came to just hitting, it was just horrible. Like for me, it was horrible to watch. There wasn't anything that got me excited. I mean, when I get it, not every swing is going to be a home run, but when you don't get on base somehow, some way, right, and to try to create offense, and you keep hitting pop-ups and you strike out, and I get it, right. Tonight felt like yesterday where it was like a pitcher's duel. So at some point, listen, the Marlins hadn't scored a run yet until the 7th inning when it took a youngster to get it going, right? So again, we're going to see a lot of firsts. This was one of them. But again, you had a chance to win it, 3 more outs. You get the first out on the first pitch, and then all of a sudden everything just breaks apart. It just comes crumbling down. And we're right back to where I believe we agreed. This team is not supposed to get 90 wins and whatnot, but these are games that you look back on, and you're like, okay, well, we need to see some growth from it. We need to see how the team, reacts tomorrow, right? Mm-hmm. If tomorrow they come out and get smacked 6-0, 7-1. Oh, you know what I mean? So tomorrow you want to see a little bit much better effort. Show me some 7th and 8th inning baseball last night. I mean, like tonight, tomorrow for 9 innings.
Yeah,
that's what I want to see.
We just want to see improved baseball.
It's not like we have a starting pitcher going again tomorrow. No offense.
Yeah.
It's game 2, guys. It's game 2.
Yeah. Just go out there and continue to compete. The pieces will fall together, whether it be this year or next year. The talent is there.
It is, and it'll get better. And I mean, look, if they're in contention somehow, then they're going to add another piece in there, and that could be big too. So I know I'm getting ahead of myself because we're 0-2 now, but I mean, it's all right, man. It is what it is. It's only 2 games, and the pitching looks solid, so there's something to build on, and that's what we needed. And so we've got something to build on, and the bats just have to get hot at some point. That's it. By the way, the Canes won tonight again. They beat Duke. Canes baseball. All right.
Yeah, the Gators lost. I don't care.
Who'd they play?
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
We won last night, and they won tonight. Ole Miss, I believe, is ranked 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ole Miss.
Solid series.
Yeah, so we'll try to win the series tomorrow.
College baseball is wild. And by the way, I love what this guy said here about when the Yankees fans, when they play the Dodgers, how they're going to serenade them with booze.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I prefer. I prefer boos. Boo the hell out of them. That's fine. I'm not a big boo guy. I just don't boo, period. But, boom. I'm okay with that. They deserve it. They deserve to get booed. That's fine. I'm cool with that. It is what it is. Yeah. But when you're clapping when someone gets hit, it's a little whatever.
Real quickly, guys, any surprises after opening day? I know it's one game, but by the way,
Austin Meadows. I'm just kidding.
Besides that guy, right?
Miguel Cabrera hitting a ball apple taco in the snow.
That was great.
Oh well, that was insane too.
That was awesome.
Trevor Bauer, great opening day, or for him today.
What a crazy play though, right? In the Dodgers-Rockies game, where Bellinger clearly sees the run, and Turner thinks that the outfielder caught it. So that rule of him going backwards,
I don't like that rule.
in front of him. I'm like, you can't take away a man's home run.
Yeah, that's stupid.
And say that's an RBI. Like an RBI single.
It's a dumb rule. It's a dumb rule. It's a dumb rule. Sometimes, look, man, baseball has a lot of dumbass rules that have just been around for so long, and that's always been the problem with baseball, is they're kind of behind on getting up to date with with the modern era. They're very old school and they're very traditional, and so that's why I think they're having such a hard time, with the universal DH and certain things like that. Some rules need to be changed or taken away altogether, and that's one of them. That's a stupid rule. Whatever, let the guy my bad, and then keep going. That's it. It's a dumb rule.
By the way, guys, the Nationals Mets series has been postponed.
Mm-hmm.
Completely, huh?
I mean, listen, if I remember correctly, I think the Nationals were the one team that seemed to always get hit with COVID. It seemed like it happened on a regular basis, and here we go again. I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, listen, the vaccines are there; they're coming out. Not everyone can get it at the same time, or however the whole process is. But I mean, it's something that fans are definitely gonna have to deal with, especially the players, because it's not like you're just staying in a bubble, right? You're traveling with the team back and forth, and if one of the guys has it in a room where you are, no matter what position you play, guess what? That's contact tracing. So now you can't play. It's just, I don't know. I think that's still crazy how we're almost 1 year into this, and Major League Baseball has not figured out a way yet.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
I mean, listen, always Rob Manfred. I know what I do, but again, I'm just a regular person working every day with a college degree. I'm not no commissioner trying to make rules or anything like that.
Right.
And so,
when is Blade projected to come up? I don't know, Christian. I mean,
if the Marlins are doing poorly this year, we'll probably see him later, near after the All-Star break, is my guess. I don't expect it to be anytime soon.
I think it depends on how he does. Well, I mean, minor league baseball. If he plays well minor league baseball and in the minors, and we're struggling at the outfield position, if Duvall and Dickerson and these guys continue to struggle, then you might see him come up. I don't know. I mean, you might see Monte Harrison before him, though. I would suggest.
There's a big possibility for both of those guys this season.
Yeah. So I mean, as long as Lewis Brinson, did you see that picture of Lewis Brinson's pub sub?
mm-hmm.
Had a bottle cap inside the sandwich. Someone said his day started off real bad. Yeah. What's this crunchy stuff?
Well, I think that's a good place to end Marlins on Tap tonight. Thanks everyone for coming and watching. It's a tough day for Marlins fans, but there's always tomorrow. Got a good game tomorrow at 6:10. Should be a blast. Saturday game. Bounce back. It'll be super fun. Thanks for coming on, Manny, Jazz. As always, I'm Christian, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
See you later.